Have you ever wondered if you're being manipulated in your relationship? Manipulation is a stealthy opponent that can sneak into our relationships, often without us even realizing it. It's a form of control, where one person uses tactics to influence another's behavior or decisions for their own benefit. In the context of relationships, manipulation can take many forms and can have a profound impact on the individuals involved. Imagine a puppeteer pulling the strings of a marionette, making it dance to their tune. In a manipulative relationship, the puppeteer is the manipulator, and the marionette, unfortunately, is the one being manipulated. The dance may seem perfectly choreographed, but underneath the surface, there's an imbalance of power that's anything but harmonious. Manipulative behaviors are often subtle, making them difficult to recognize. They're cloaked in the guise of love, concern, or even humor, which can make them even more dangerous. And that's why it's crucial to be aware of these behaviors, to be able to spot the signs before they escalate. So what do these manipulative behaviors look like? Well, they can range from gaslighting, where the manipulator makes the other person question their own reality, to emotional blackmail, where the manipulator uses guilt or fear to control the other person's actions. Another common manipulative behavior is constant criticism, where the manipulator continually finds fault in the other person, slowly chipping away at their self-esteem. These behaviors can leave the person on the receiving end feeling confused, helpless, and even responsible for the manipulator's actions. It's a cycle that can be incredibly hard to break free from, especially if the person being manipulated doesn't realize what's happening. But here's the good news. Recognizing these behaviors is the first step towards breaking free. It's about pulling back the curtain, unmasking the manipulation, and seeing it for what it truly is, a form of control, not love. Understanding manipulation is the first step in escaping its clutches. And remember, knowledge is power. Arm yourself with it, and you can start to reclaim your autonomy and your freedom. So how can you tell if you're being manipulated? Well, let's dive into some expert opinions on this. Psychologists and relationship experts often point out key signs of manipulation. One of the most common is an unexplained feeling of guilt. If you're constantly feeling guilty without a solid reason, it could be a sign that someone is manipulating your emotions. Another common sign is doubting your own perception of reality. This is often referred to as gaslighting, a manipulative tactic where the manipulator makes you question your own memory, perception, or sanity. If you find yourself constantly second-guessing your own experiences or feelings, it's possible you're being manipulated. Feeling emotionally drained after interactions with a certain person is another red flag. Healthy relationships should uplift and energize you. If you're feeling exhausted after every encounter, it's worth considering that you might be dealing with a manipulator. Now, these signs might seem clear on paper, but in reality, they can be quite subtle. That's why it's crucial to trust your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, there's a good chance it isn't. Your gut feelings are often the first to pick up on manipulation, even when your conscious mind hasn't quite caught up yet. However, trust in your instincts doesn't mean you should isolate yourself. It's equally important to seek external perspectives. Talk to trusted friends or family members about your concerns. They can provide a fresh perspective and help you see patterns you might have missed. Remember, it's not about blaming yourself or feeling weak. Manipulation can happen to anyone, and it's often quite subtle. The important thing is to recognize it when it happens and take steps to protect yourself. In the end, understanding manipulation is about more than just identifying the signs. It's about empowering yourself, trusting your instincts, and seeking support when you need it. Being aware of these signs can help you identify if you're in a manipulative relationship. So stay vigilant, trust yourself, and never be afraid to seek help. Now that we know how to identify manipulation, how do we escape it? The first step is setting boundaries. This may sound simple, but it's far from easy. It involves being clear about what you are and are not comfortable with, and communicating these boundaries assertively. When manipulative tactics are at play, it's common to feel as though your needs and wants don't matter. But they do. They matter immensely. So stand your ground, make your comfort zones known. It's not about being confrontational, but about showing respect for yourself. But setting boundaries isn't always enough. That's where seeking support comes in. Reach out to trusted friends or family members. Talk about your experiences. Sometimes, having an outside perspective can help you see the situation more clearly. Remember, you're not alone. Others have walked this path before and can lend a hand or share words of wisdom. Maintaining self-care is another crucial step. Manipulation can be draining, both emotionally and physically, so it's important to take care of yourself. Eat well, sleep well, do things you enjoy, exercise, meditate, read a book, watch your favorite show. Whatever it is that helps you feel good and re-energize, do it. Self-care is not selfish, it's necessary. In some cases, professional help may be necessary. Therapists and counselors are trained to help people navigate difficult situations like these. They can provide you with tools and strategies to cope, help you understand your feelings, and guide you towards healthier relationships. Throughout all this, remember that your worth is not determined by someone else's perception of you. You are valuable, and you deserve respect. Don't let manipulation make you question your self-worth. Escaping manipulation is not a one-size-fits-all process. It's personal, it's individual, it's about finding what works for you. But no matter what, it requires strength, courage, and a commitment to oneself. Escaping manipulation requires strength, courage, and a commitment to oneself. So what have we learned about escaping manipulative behaviors in relationships? We've delved into the murky waters of manipulation, unmasking its many guises. We've understood that manipulation is not always overt, often disguised as concern or affection. We've learned to recognize the telltale signs of manipulation, from excessive control to guilt trips, constant criticism to gaslighting. We then tapped into expert advice, providing us with tools to identify and call out manipulation when we see it. We've learned that knowledge is power, and that power can help us break free. In the journey towards freedom, we've explored strategies to break free from manipulation. We've reinforced the message of self-worth, reminding ourselves that we deserve better. We've highlighted the importance of healthy relationships, ones that foster growth, mutual respect, and genuine love. I encourage you to share this knowledge, pass on the torch of empowerment. Remember, everyone deserves a relationship where they feel valued, respected, and loved. Stand tall against manipulation.